ever asked yourself, why is God not providing for my needs? Well, have you ever asked yourself this instead? Are my needs really my needs? Welcome to Tartan Truths, hosted by me, Angus Duncan. And today, we're going to see how a faithful fishing catch can reveal so much to how God actually provides for his children. Stay tuned, you may be shocked. Jesus' disciple Simon Peter was a fisherman by trade. I'm sure like all fishermen, Peter caught one or two big ones that he hung up on his wall. Well, if he didn't need that fish to pay his bills and provide for his family and all that, fishing for Peter was a profession, not a hobby. But anyway, so one day, Peter was out walking around town, minding his own business, when these tax collectors found him. And they were like, "Hey bro, does your teacher pay his taxes to the temple?" See, this wasn't just some IRS audit. In those days, some people would refuse to pay their taxes as an act of rebellion against Rome. So these tax collectors were basically putting Peter on the spot. But Peter was an honest man, and so was Jesus, obviously. So Peter's like, "Yeah, we pay our taxes. Of course we do." So Peter returns home, and who does he find waiting on him? But Jesus. Jesus knew all about this conversation, not because Peter texted him on the way home or anything like that, but because Jesus was, well, Jesus, God in the flesh. He knows everything. "Ah, Peter, so you need money for the tax, eh? Don't worry, bro, I got us covered. Go to the lake and throw out your line. Take the first fish you catch, open its mouth, and you'll find a 4 drachma coin. Take it and give it to them for my tax and yours." The account ends here, but the obvious indication is that Peter did as Jesus said, found the fish who swallowed some coins just like Jesus said he would, and paid both their taxes just as Jesus had commanded. Talk about a good catch. But the lesson here is often misunderstood. It's not that God blesses his followers with wealth. Rather, he provides exactly what we need. Now, there are some people who literally cannot provide for their needs. The poor, the homeless. But this is not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about those Christians who complain that God does not provide for our daily needs, when usually, not always, usually, what they really mean is that God does not provide for their wants. Let's break it down like this. Peter and Jesus needed to pay the temple tax. So Jesus gives Peter exactly enough to do that. 4 drachma to cover both of their 2 drachma owed. Jesus does not provide Peter with 5 drachma, so Peter could pay their taxes and pick up a nice gift for his wife, or treat himself to a fancy dinner and a movie. Nope. Jesus also does not give Peter 8 drachma, so he'd have enough to pay this temple tax and know that he was already provided enough for next year. Nope. Jesus gives Peter exactly what is needed at that moment. When Jesus taught his disciples to pray in what has become known as the Lord's Prayer, he said, "Give us this day our daily bread," not "Give us bread today, and for the rest of the week, then give us some more tomorrow on top of that." There's also a second point to be made here. God will provide for your needs, but often we must take action to receive the blessing. He tested Peter's faith by making him go out fishing, then he would catch the fish. Christ will provide for your needs, but you also can't just sit around and wait for him to do so. Maybe he has a job for you, but you still gotta go to the interview. Maybe you need to pass that math class you hate so much in order to graduate. Well, you still need study, don't you? Don't think you're going to drive down to a lake, throw in a fishing line, and catch a fish full of gold. But I hope this wee story here about a coin-eating fish helps you re-examine your thought process on how God's provisions work. God often gives you exactly what you need at that moment. Not everything you want, And not everything you need for tomorrow. Tomorrow will take care of itself. If this video blessed you in any way, consider subscribing. Don't miss the next video where you'll see more examples of how you can apply the Bible to your daily life. And until next time, God bless you, everyone. But I do hope this little story about a coin eating a fish. Tune in every Friday to learn more about how the Bible